The slap cracked across the pool, sharp and cruel, as laughter from a circle of arrogant men filled the air. They mocked her skin, sneered of her silence, and hurled names meant to sting. What none of them realized was that the quiet woman they tried to humiliate carried a badge, a past carved in service, and the kind of authority that ended games instantly. With one call, their world would unravel. Before we dive in, hit subscribe and tell us where you're watching from. "Hey, sweetheart, you lost?" The voice came from a man sprawled across a lounge chair, smirk curling beneath aviator shades. Selena Cross paused mid-step, her glass of water catching the sunlight. Her bronze skin glistened, her black swimsuit modest yet commanding. She hadn't spoken a word to anyone, hadn't intruded, yet hostility thickened around her like smoke. He leaned forward, grin widening. His name was Connor Briggs, 33, the spoiled son of a real estate mogul. Tattoos coiled around his arms, his gut puffed from beer and privilege. He jabbed a finger at her, loud enough for the whole pool to hear. "You don't belong here. You staff? Kitchen's that way." The men around him erupted. Neon trunks, designer shades, cocktails in hand. A mob drunk on arrogance. They howled, slapped each other's backs, emboldened by Connor's cruelty. Selena didn't flinch. She lifted her glass slightly, ice chiming against the rim. "Maybe she's the maid," another voice jeered. "Uniform's wrong, though." More laughter, more jeers, predators circling. But Selena Cross had faced wolves before. She'd grown up in Baton Rouge, where hurricanes stole homes and drive-bys stole lives. At 16, she buried her brother. At 18, she enlisted in the Marines. By 32, she'd fought overseas, then traded fatigues for an FBI badge, specializing in counterterrorism. But none of that showed now. To them, she was just a quiet woman in a swimsuit, her old pickup parked outside the estate, dust clinging to its tires. Connor swaggered closer, extending a hand like a mock invitation. "Don't look so serious, sweetheart, we're just having fun." She ignored the hand. That silence, that refusal, it burned him. His eyes narrowed. "What's the matter? Too good to touch me? You scared?" Finally, Selena's gaze lifted, her dark eyes locking on his. Not fear, not shame, just silence. Connor cracked. Desperate for dominance, desperate for laughter, he did the one thing no man with sense should do. He slapped her. The sound exploded across the pool. Conversations froze, laughter died. Selena's head barely moved. Her glass didn't spill. "Uh-oh," someone muttered. "She's gonna cry." But Selena didn't cry, didn't flinch, didn't even blink. She calmly set her glass down, turned her face back to Connor, and spoke one word: "Don't." Her voice was soft, calm. Connor laughed, mistaking restraint for weakness. He puffed his chest, sneering. "Or what? You scare me?" "Push her in the pool," another shouted. Connor reached for her shoulder. He never touched her. Her hand shot up, twisted his wrist, and in one fluid motion, he was doubled over at the pool's edge, pain written across his face. "Ah, let go!" he roared. Selena leaned close, voice steady. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life." She released him. He stumbled back, humiliated. Selena picked up her phone, dialed. "Agent Cross, location secure, requesting pickup." The words sliced through the silence. "Agent?" Connor blinked, confusion breaking through his arrogance. Wait, what?" Engines rumbled. Black SUVs rolled up the gated drive, tinted windows gleaming like storm clouds. Connor's grin withered into fear. Selena's cheek still bore the red mark, but her posture was unshaken. She whispered, "You wanted to see who I am? Now you'll find out. The SUV screeched to a stop. Boots hit pavement. Tactical agents fanned out, sharp and synchronized. The wolves became sheep. "Agent Cross," one voice barked. Selena nodded, arms folded. She hadn't moved since the slap. Her silence spoke louder than all their laughter. Connor staggered back, panic cracking his voice. Wait, what? You're FBI?" The agents spread, weapons holstered, but authority heavy in every one of their steps. "On your feet, hands where I can see them." The men froze, smirks gone, eyes wide. Connor tried to laugh. "Relax, man. It was a joke. No harm done." Two agents seized him. Cold steel snapped around his wrists. "You're under arrest for assault, harassment, and hate crimes." Connor's face drained of color. "No, come on. I didn't mean." Selena stepped closer. Her voice was calm, precise. "You meant every word, every laugh, every insult. Respect shouldn't depend on who someone is, their rank, their title, their power. Respect begins when a woman stands at a pool with a glass of water. That's where you failed." His mouth opened, but no words came. His pride, his swagger, gone. Around him the pack that had circled her sat in silence, some cuffed, some sighted, all broken. The women by the cabana whispered, "My God, we just let it happen." She heard. She always heard. Oppression wasn't just the hand that struck, it was the silence that let it land. Connor, shackled, begged, "Please, don't let them take me. I didn't know who you were." Selena crouched, her gaze level with his. "That's the problem. Respect shouldn't depend on who I am. It should have begun the moment I walked in." His lips trembled. No defense, no escape. Agents swept the poolside. Wolves turned into trembling men. Selena stood in the center, calm, unshaken. Her glass still waiting, her cheek still red. She thought of her father, stolen by violence years ago. She thought of her brother. She thought of every name, every insult, every strike that had gone unanswered. This wasn't just about Connor Briggs. It was about centuries of humiliation, generations of silence, and today the balance shifted. When the last SUV pulled away, Selena lifted her glass. The water rippled from the rumbling engines. She took one slow sip, then whispered, "Next time, remember who you're laughing at." She turned, walking out as sunlight caught her figure. No applause, no cheers, just silence, heavy and unforgettable. That day at the pool, arrogance met silence, and silence became power. Selena didn't just defend herself, she rewrote the ending. An ending where respect was no longer optional. And if that moment hit you the way it hit them, subscribe right now to Unknown Stories, because what we share here isn't just storytelling, it's truth wrapped in fire. And you don't want to miss what's coming next.